Hello and welcome everybody to Nerds of Legend. I'm your DM Ben. Next to me is Brian, an interesting outfit this week. Below us is Brendan, and next to Brendan is Will. Uh, just a little couple of housekeeping things. Reminder that we'll be doing our special continuation stream with Darling Creep Show on Saturday the 18th at 7 p.m. Central Time. Beyond that, we also have our new book coming in 2 weeks, where we will be discussing Red Rising by Pierce Brown. And then this coming Monday, we have just our normal lore legends stream, where we'll be talking about the Norse Pantheon. We've each selected a few gods that we'll be covering, and we'll rotate through that cast and have some fun. So with that out of the way, let's get to it. Last time the group was able to arrive at the Temple of Many Gods, where they found that it had been ransacked by the cult that they had been tracking. And the cult had been successful in collecting the ashes of the Undying Ashes. The ashes of the near Undying. They were able to reach that point, and as they discovered that lack of the artifact, Gideon received yet another sending spell from his mother, stating that she had been captured. And that that she needed rescuing. Gideon was initially skeptical of the seeming coincidences that were kept going on, and thought about maybe giving up on the quest, but they decided to forge on anyway. They decided to go and hide the ashes in a hidey hole that Mopp had previously discovered in the town, and did so. And then when they arrived at the location of the cult, they came into the building where they found the cult meeting place in the basement. After some tense negotiating, where the group claimed to not have the remaining mug of retention, and denying knowing anything about it, they found out that the group had been followed by the cult's assassin, and the assassin arrived with the mug of retention. This caused the cult leader to begin the process of summoning the demon, which he was successful in starting, and then promptly got his butt kicked by Gideon, but not without summoning the demon first. The demon finished off his summoner and proceeded to go berserk. And if I remember correctly, it had arms for teeth and mouths for hands. And it's because because the summoning had been interrupted. They proceeded to beat the crap out of the rest of the remaining cultists, as well as the demon, with the help of Gideon's mother, who was able to escape her bondages. At the end of their victory, they received the magic items, as well as claiming victory. Gideon's mother made one final attempt to convince Gideon to come back to the family business, so to speak, and was unsuccessful. And as she left, she couldn't help but give Mopp a little show on the way out. As the group searched through the cultist bodies, Mopp made a startling discovery where he found the symbol of his old order on the assassin that he had been fighting. And that's where we are now. So, Mopp, you just found the symbol of the Pocketers.
Ah, shit, he's dead. This would have been so much easier if I didn't kill this guy.
Is he dead?
I stabbed him so much. Oh, no.
Is there a
instant
problem?
regret.
He was
Yeah.
trying to kill us.
I'm not entirely sure they know I'm gone, or if they do, they want me back. And they have beef with the Order of the Flaming Fist, probably the Harpers. I might be on the lam. So, this is bad.
Well,
Okay.
Mopp, what do you want to do
Killed
about
a lamb.
No, I'm on the run. They present themselves as legitimate, but they're not always so legitimate in what they do, and there are elements of the pocketers that are very illegal, like the one I was in, and it got raided, and I may or may not have bailed and didn't show back up when I was supposed to. So I might have active bounties. I don't know. Maybe the Order of the Flaming Fist didn't notice me, but I know for a fact that the pocketers would notice that I was gone, which is why I like wearing masks and going in opposite directions of Baldur's Gate to places like Candlekeep, where there's nothing but books. This is bad. This is really bad. We could dispose of the body, maybe?
Okay.
Okay. Just trying to process this. Oh, that guy was a dick.
Is there anything you want to keep from the body?
Do we gotta
Concerned if
make
I-
it unidentifiable?
Yeah, I was like, if I take anything and it can be traced back to this person, I don't know this person personally. But there's a chance that they knew me. Or maybe this is just an example of serendipitous chaos. I don't know. Maybe I'll take the pin and throw it away. And Onion, do you have any acid on you?
DM, can I make a medicine check to kind of discern the best ways in which to, at the very least, make sure that this body is not recognized? I mean, it's kind of like it's D&D world. We're not exactly going to.
Yeah, we're not looking for forensics.
Yeah.
You can make it. Yeah, sure. Make a medicine check.
Okay.
I mean, I could just take the head.
I cannot help today. And I don't know if I can help tomorrow.
Give me a.
Oh no!
Let me look at my potential spells.
That's an 8 total.
Honestly, I think I might just cut the head off and find a way of finding a way of disposing it and just taking all the items off the body. If we're pressed for time.
Yeah, I can't get rid of it at all. Like, even if it was tomorrow, no spell I have would destroy that.
Okay, well,
I could beat the shit out of it.
I'm trying to think of.
well, Onion, I
Get in. Your thought is like. I mean, you can just burn the house.
It doesn't have to be
down.
hilarious. Just
Arson! Arson!
what if the fire spreads to adjoining buildings?
Oh, that would be bad.
I didn't say it was a good idea.
Well, I'm saying it's not a good idea. Look, Onin, get some weight behind one of your shields and just kind of.
You want me to just destroy it?
No, just pop the head off.
Wait. Of the guy?
Of the corpse, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna loiter down here very long. I got his pin. Take anything. I'm gonna take anything off him I think might be identifiable. And what are you gonna do with a body with no head?
What are we gonna do with a head with no body?
I'm gonna find a place to get rid of that. That's pretty
DM,
much
correct me if I'm wrong. We're just in like a disused.
You're in an abandoned house, and you're in the basement of like what is essentially an abandoned house.
Yeah, just leave him.
the problem with leaving him.
No.
The problem with leaving him is if they're on the lookout for him, and they have trackers, or if he's anything on him that can track him, and they find his corpse, they'll know he's been killed.
Can
And we
they
just have
track the
Yeah, but
thingy?
I'm not there, so I can't really say.
Because I know I can
I'm
track
just
an
telling the party.
item.
I'm just telling the party. So if there's just a body with no identifying items on it with a head missing, they might not know it's their man.
Well, then it won't really matter where they find him, will it?
Saying if anything on this person can track the corpse, yeah, then maybe the items are damn it worse.
The items are definitely worse. Because I can do that, and I'm not smart.
Maybe we should just worry about getting our prints off the body more than anything. All right. You know what? I'm just gonna have a cotton handkerchief and just kind of try to remove any prints
This
on my
D&D world, there's no fingerprints, Brendan.
There are fingerprints that people may just not understand their
There's no
importance.
APHIS database.
There's no APHIS database, but fingers are still fingers. But yes, if the DM says it's not a problem, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Let's just bail. I don't want to be on here very long anyway.
Just took his shit and left.
As
Yeah,
a point, I definitely make sure to take those ashes that I'm gonna make into those gloves.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you have that with you. Brendan, give me Mopp, give me a just general knowledge check.
Okay. So not Arcana, just general.
Yeah.
11.
Thank you.
You think about that if there was basically you realize that if there's any way to tell if there was like presence of pocketers around, it'd be probably in that tavern you were in the other night.
Yeah, that's where thieves pass. There's a good chance that they first got whiff of us because we were in there.
Well, from what you can tell, that guy was working with the cult.
Yeah, this guy seemed tired.
Oh yes. Yeah, they were trying to obtain the artifacts that the cult needed, because they're good at exfiltration, obtaining artifacts. They're even into bodyguard work, moving valuables at this point. This is getting worse and worse and worse. Oh, man. Okay, well, as long as we know that they don't know who we are, and as long as there's no one else tailing us, and we've prevented this demon from being summoned, which we did, as long as we lie low, maybe this won't get out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to have never told any of you any of this, but here we are.
So what do you guys do now?
I'm down to leaving this building.
Okay, we leave.
Can I do a search check when I exit the door frame?
Sure.
Come out to the street. All right, cool.
Well, if you don't want to stick around here, then should we head back to Candlekeep proper?
Hey, it's a nat 20 on perception.
Yeah, there's nobody around. It's like 4 a.m. Like you guys have had a long night. There's nothing around, and you can presume that you guys pretty much, like with a nat 20 on perception, I'd say you could presume that you guys wiped out that cult tonight. Between the encounters on the streets and the basement encounter. So remember, this was like their like little coup de grace thing. So like they were summoning their demon god, and in the hopes of reward and all that fun shit. So it was pretty much like everybody was going to be in attendance that night.
Well, I'm all for Gideon's idea then of leaving for Candlekeep again. Seems to be the safest course of action I've taken in the past few weeks. I'd like to repeat it.
Okay. So you guys go back to Candlekeep. Nothing really gets in your way. Like I said, it's 4 a.m. Pretty much everybody's like in bed. Even the ne'er-do-wells have retired for the night. And you make it back to Candlekeep. You have the normal guards to get through, but at this point, you guys are pretty common fixtures around the library. You've built up a name for yourself. You don't have to worry about getting in. And you guys can rest for the night.
In theory, we can rest. Mopp is more than likely going to be very paranoid.
Okay.
Well, I'm taking
probably
a long
effectively.
rest.
Maps. Onion's like,
Onion is tired as shit. He was very close to death a couple times.
So you guys taking a long rest? Or are you staying up all night, Mopp?
I'm actually going to roll for it. I'll see if he's able to even relax. Maybe...
Let's say on a 12 up.
I mean, if you need
can't
to
calm
relax,
down.
all you gotta do is hit up Gideon's mom.
I don't think he's in the mood. Let's see. Would that be Constitution,
Yeah,
Wisdom?
I'd say this would be wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. 15.
Yeah, you're able to rationalize that.
Light sleep.
Yeah, you get a light sleep. You don't take on a level exhaustion. You're finally able to be like, all right. Nobody knows we're there other than Gideon's mom. Fuck. Gideon's mom knows. But
Yeah.
other than that, you're like, nobody knows it was me. This guy was probably just working on contract for the cult. Like, we're good. And you officially get some rest. So you guys wake up the next morning at probably around noon since you went to bed.
Hang on. Audio is freaking out.
Okay.
Alright,
Had
try
some
one more
auto.
time.
Yeah, I had some auto-tune there.
Oh, did I get freaky? So you guys wake up presumably sometime around like noon or afternoon, because you guys were up fighting till 4 a.m. And yeah. What do you guys do now?
Well, I have some things around this place to get done. I've got to see a man about some gloves. What are your fellows' plans for today?
I'm gonna go get my surprise for you guys.
Mopp, are you going to be all right?
I think I'll stick with the party, and if Onan has a surprise for us, I don't think I can stick around him. So I'll tag along with Gideon.
Yeah.
This is one surprise I might be excited to receive this week. So
Okay.
Trust me, it's gonna be really cool.
Okay. Let's start with Onan then.
Okay. He's going to that scarf place.
Okay.
He's gonna go pick up his order potentially, or at least return the one we stole.
You didn't steal it. I believe you did convince the guy to give it to you eventually.
Felt kind of stolen. Was less than willing.
All right. So you arrive at the shop and How are you there today, young?
Yeah.
How's my scarf treating you?
Well, actually, I'm here to give it back. There might be a little bit of blood on it. And I'm sorry about that.
Oh, well.
But we killed the demon.
Oh, you killed a demon then?
Yeah, that was why we had to take it. They were going to summon a demon.
Oh. Oh my, is that the danger that he was talking about with taking it?
Yeah, it was absolutely horrifying. This thing had like mouths for hands, and then in its mouth it had like baby arms for teeth.
That's horrible.
Now you see why that scarf was important.
Hold on a second, and he takes this scarf and he wraps it around his neck. He's like, okay. What were you saying? It had baby arms for teeth, you say?
Baby arms for teeth.
Well, that doesn't sound like that much of a big deal. I'm glad you took care of it, but thank you for returning my scarf. It definitely helps me. And you notice he puts the scarf back on, and like his like posture shifts, and he seemed like a little timid before, but now he's very like confident and verbose, and it's like he was like getting freaked out just by like the idea of your story. He's like, if you haven't noticed, this scarf sort of helps take care of my more fearful tendencies, but I can't imagine that this is the only reason you're here.
Well, I don't know how long it takes to make 5 scarves.
Yes, well, I was able to, before you were, last night I was able to get through your order, and I have it right here, as a matter of fact. Because you just wanted ordinary scarves, right?
Yeah, they're not magical. I mean, I want them to look cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so he found some, like, scarves. You wanted blue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he found some really sick blue fabric, and it's like, it's got like I can't even think of a cool pattern on it, but he made you some scarves. He didn't like knit them or anything. They're just basically like cut out of a large bolt of fabric, and they've got some tassels on there and shit, and it's ready to go.
Yes, these are perfect.
Yes, well, I think you paid in advance, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Or I already took the gold off anyway.
Yeah. So, yes, well, here you go.
Thank you. He's going to take one and he's going to immediately, like, wrap it on him and Fluffy. He's going to be like, oh, Fluffy, you look so beautiful.
Yes, it quite suits you. Very well done. So, with that, we'll turn to Mopp and Gideon.
All right, then. I head to the person in town who I know takes care of a lot of the more magical artifacts. Perhaps the same person that Will and Mopp previously had gotten some of their magical items from.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way, I kind of look over to Mopp and I go, you and I are a lot alike, my friend.
You're also from the material plane? Because I thought you were the whole...
Well, I kind of am, but I'm not really from there.
Do you also steal things?
Well, I was also running from a past I couldn't.
Well, I wouldn't call my mom conventionally attractive, so there are differences.
To be certain, of course. It seems like you were running because maybe you might have done some things, whereas I was just running to get away. So, I mean, maybe not the exact same, but it definitely seems like there are similarities between us.
Were you also working for a criminal organization since, I don't know, the age of 12?
Well, it wasn't a criminal organization, but I was essentially working since I was old enough to walk. I come from the Plague Lands.
Muscles, yeah.
Yeah. Our order kind of like... We're basically bound to kind of keep an eye on things, to kind of tend to the sick and the wounded and whatnot. And when you're in a place called the Plague Lands, you can understand how that's a full-time job.
Benevolent benefactors.
You would think, but the thing is, when your entire life is in service to one other thing, you kind of realize that, I don't know, like... When you look up at the stars at night, what do you see? They look nice, don't they?
Well, I mean, I see north and south. Yeah, they can be pretty.
Yeah. But if you're in Baldur's Gate, you tend not to see a whole lot of the stars.
There is smog. It's there.
Lots of light, too.
If I'm doing my job poorly, yeah.
The thing is, in order to see those beautiful stars, you need a little bit of dark.
Contrasts. Very helpful.
When your whole life is light, you don't get a whole lot of beauty in it.
Painting would be boring without any shadows. Point taken. Maybe you just need perspective on why the rest of the world needs you so badly.
Well, it's certainly one reason why I decided to leave and get out of there and try to find my own path. I wanted to see the stars. I wanted to be able to, like, look at the land and appreciate it for its beauty rather than just always looking for the next thing to go and cure, the next thing to go heal or to fight for. I wanted more out of life than just a life of servitude to this one goal.
You wanted agency.
Yeah, I mean, imagine being bound to this one task for your entire life and never being able to, like, move off of it.
Okay. I'm seeing the harmonies. That's a fair point. Guess there's a reason why I was saving flyers when I would find them. Didn't exactly have light reading where I came from.
It just seems like maybe there's a reason why we might have been paired up. And I know that maybe at first I might have seemed perhaps a little flamboyant.
That's a word.
But where I come from, you're supposed to keep an eye on things you don't trust. The best way I found to get really close to those who I'm not entirely sure of just yet is to get really close.
Is that why you were hugging so much? Did you bug me?
No. But
Not literally. Okay. Yeah, well, paranoia's my game anyways.
let's just say that if I really needed to make sure that you weren't a danger, then the best way for me to make sure that I can take care of whatever comes about is when you're the most vulnerable. And so, when people tend to do the deed, they're not exactly packing knives on them more likely than not.
I'm not gonna touch your mom if that's what this is about.
I'm just saying that, you know, be careful. Because where we come from, we tend to get really close. because we're really good at hand-to-hand combat, and not a lot of people are. You get what I'm saying.
Not gonna touch your mom. Crystal.
So, are you guys done? I mean, I was enjoying it.
Yeah, I was walking to the.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna let that go.
I never started. I can't be done if I never started.
Lilith says she'll touch your mom, Gideon.
Feel free.
They get very close.
So
we all know she is. Hey-oh!
So you guys arrive at the kind of like crafter guy's place. What do you do, Gideon?
I walk straight up to him and I say, "You're the man who crafts magical artifacts, are you not?"
Yeah, that'd be me. What do you got?
An interesting challenge.
Okay.
I have these magical ashes that I would like worked into the fabric of a pair of gloves. Can you do it?
Let me see the item, and he's gonna like fumble around. He's gonna like pull out of like the inner pocket of his shirt, like a pair of like glasses, and do you produce the ashes for him, the urn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna look at the urn, and he's gonna like kind of like have you seen like those like things where it's like you like rotate and it like there's different like colored lenses or whatever? So he's like basically like you can presume like scrolling through like the different like magic schools, yeah, like those. And he's just like scrolling through it. He's like
Like the old man in Toy Story 2.
I can infuse this into something, but it'll be necrotic. It'll be corrupting. And the one thing I'm worried about is it's probably might have a little bit of cursed juju on it. Where'd you even get this stuff?
They were items I had to acquire in order to stop something even worse from happening.
Okay.
But they're harmless now because, well, I wouldn't say necessarily harmless, but they're certainly.
Well, these aren't harmless by any means. Like that's
they're
that's
no
some
longer
nasty shit right here, man.
Yeah, they're no longer a threat in the same way that they were.
Yeah, he's like still looking at it. He's like, yeah,
it's some nasty shit.
Yeah, it's some nasty shit right here.
It's some nasty shit.
So he's like still like looking at his glasses. He's like, we're gonna have to have some paperwork because if I put this on something and you're gonna use it, like, I will not be held accountable for what happens.
This is exactly why I want them on a pair of gloves. I can take them on and off.
Can't we sign
reserved only for the nastiest of nasties?
That's what
Have
he's
you dealt
asking
with
for.
a cursed item before?
I've heard of tale or two. I guess it depends on the nature of the curse.
Well, I'm just saying, with the curse, depending on the cursed item, you might be a little harder to take off than you might think. I'll make them for you, but I will not be held responsible for anything that happens afterwards.
I'll tell you what, and I will kind of like reach into my, or actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to reach down to like my hand. and I'm going to kind of like twist off the ring of jumping.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say to him, what do you suppose I can do about getting something like this? But rather than a ring of jumping, maybe I can trade this to you. And instead, perhaps there's some sort of like item I can receive that will give me the benefits of removing a curse.
So I mostly work in arcane sort of things. This is like cleric shit, right? Like, I don't do divine stuff.
Do you know who does? You're an artisan. You must know others of your profession.
Well, see, the thing is, like, when it comes to magic items, you don't really get into divine stuff. It's kind of like an arcane track only. You know, like, we don't really, like, make divine, like, artifacts are a whole different dealio. Like, I'm talking about magic items. Like, I can infuse this shit into something, and you get something come out of it. But in terms of, like, you know, getting the, like, actual curse thing to happen, you know, that's a whole different ball game.
I'm sure it'll be fine. So, back to the topic at hand of those gloves.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Carry the one. He's gonna like start kind of like scribbling in some figures. He's gonna be like, he's like, carry the one, hold the two. You know, like let's see. I'll do this, but we're gonna sign a contract that you won't hold responsible for any issues that happen. But you're providing the materials, so let's say 400 gold, and I get to keep what's left.
You want the cursed ashes?
I mean, might help to, like, get some other projects. I get some weird customers, man. You just, like, with your, like, sort of, like, general vibe, didn't take you for someone who would want to, you know, carry some necrotic stuff around.
Well, actually, it's rather ineffective against me. So I don't really have much of a danger in carrying it around. I'm resistant to it, is what I'm saying.
I see. Yeah, well, okay.
Most aren't.
I mean, it's like innocuous in its current state. It's more the worry of what happens when it gets applied to an item. You know.
Pretty sure snorting it's bad.
Yeah, don't. I mean, you're not there, so
You're
you
not
can't
there.
comment.
So you don't actually know the nature of the item that will be born of this. You don't know what its curse could potentially be.
No, I do not.
Then I propose this.
I can just say it's got very powerful undead energies on it. Probably there's some very powerful necromancy at work. But as to, you know, what the curses of, like, may or may not be, I can't say.
I propose this then. I will pay you 200 gold up front. And then, depending on the nature of the curse that comes from the possible making of this, we will settle up how much more I may owe you past the 200. Because if I have to spend even more money in order to remove said item, then I'm not going to want to pay a whole lot. But if you can do a good enough job, if your skill is really that good, then perhaps I could be persuaded to give you up to 300 gold more rather than just the initial 200.
Yeah, I can work with that.
I will pay him the 200 gold.
All right. Give me a week. I should be able to get everything set up and stabilized by then.
That's fine.
What are you just standing there staring at me for? It's not like looking at you, Mopp.
I'm here for security.
This guy.
Excellent blowgun, by the way. Works like a charm.
I'm glad you enjoy it. I was starting to worry that you were trying to come and make a return. And as we all know, he points to a no refund sign.
It's pointing at the same time.
Yep.
I'm just in awe of your reverse psychology shit there, Gideon. That was impressive.
Very well.
Well then, see you in a week.
See you in a week. As you guys get back to, like, I forgot to mention, when you guys got back to each of your rooms that night, there was a note, like, pinned to each of your doors that was basically like, had to run and take care of something from home. At home. We'll be back soon. Murph. So, like...
I wasn't sure whose voice that was. Okay, it's Murph's. All right,
yeah.
I get it.
So I forgot to mention that. You guys have only been gone a day, but you haven't seen him, so...
It's a pretty good Murph voice.
Yeah.
It's accurate.
Excuse me. So what do you guys do now?
Can we meet
Well,
back
after that-
up?
After that pleasant exchange, I guess I'll go back to watching the windows.
Mm-hmm. Watching the windows.
You know,
Oh.
for them.
Yeah.
Paranoia.
So do you just go back to your room, or what are you doing?
Did we have a place that we were going to meet up on Unet?
You guys didn't agree on anything.
Okay.
That's up to you.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going
sandboxing today.
Yeah. I would like to take Mopp and get him a drink.
So you guys go to the hearth?
You know,
We go to the hearth.
I could use one. right now.
All right, so you guys go to the hearth. That's your normal sort of layout there. The normal faces going on. So
Lift the helmet to drink, right?
yeah.
Get a straw. That's what Onion does.
Just pour it through
One
the
of
grate,
the
right?
twisty ones where it's got like
Yeah, remember that's what was in the thieves.
It's a silly straw for him.
Yeah, you had the pina colada thing at the thieves house or whatever.
Is that the helmet? Is that the helmet that Onan has on?
Yeah, basically.
He had a
With a slight
bucket helm.
modification of it looks like while he's wearing it, there's just a horn, effectively.
Oh, okay.
And, like, it'd have to be longer than it physically is right there. Because
Right.
that one's meant for a human.
Good old great Hume.
Mm-hmm.
Including fake beard.
Oh, nice! I didn't really even realize that. Nice,
'Cause
good touch.
we thought you were a dwarf for like a whole day.
Yeah, he has a fake beard emerging from the helmet.
Yeah.
So you buy Mopp a drink at the tavern. Do you guys talk about anything?
I mean, it's going to be a really awkward conversation. because Gideon's gonna be like super engaging, and I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna fuck your mommy. I don't know I don't know who to watch harder, the door or Gideon. I'm just like, beer through the helmet.
He's not calling
I'm actually,
you stepdad.
I'm trying not to bring up any of that stuff. Basically, we're gonna let the past kind of like stay buried, sort of thing, both mine and his.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, what I kind of want to do is
just any sort of downtime activities you guys have in mind right now is totally fine.
Well, I usually carry some of those library books that are overdue.
Mm-hmm.
Some light reading.
Okay.
With my beer.
Onion would probably have met up with you guys at the bar. Like, that would be a place he would have gone and seen you.
Yeah.
Oh, I absolutely would have requested Onion's presence.
Okay. Yay.
Yes.
When he gets there, he immediately shoves, like, shittily wrapped, like, packages into each of your hands. And is just super excited. Also, you clearly see a new blue scarf on him and the dog. He didn't think that part through.
It's a very gaudy sort of like paisley pattern.
Okay.
And you guys open the packages, and it's a very gaudy blue paisley scarf.
And he looks so excited.
I will take it and immediately wrap it around my neck, and I will look to him and say, "Boys, I can purify poison with a touch. We're gonna get stinko tonight."
Ooh.
Oh.
And because I can heal your wounds, there's no consequences.
Mm-hmm.
No consequences!
All right.
Unless you can erase my memory, that's not entirely true.
Okay. So you guys are going on a bender? Are we doing a bender episode?
Yes.
I'm just gonna keep getting drinks, and like we're gonna keep them like lined up.
If you watched a review of Ilmet and Lankmar, this is the same thing but with no women.
Roll me, so Brian, I want you to roll me
those are the high roller goggles.
D100.
D100. Now, do you want a D100, or are you looking for like 2 percentile die kind of thing?
Either one. If you got a D100, let's roll a D100. I need one of those. I want one of those so bad.
How difficult is it to see through those?
I think they're kaleidoscope glasses.
There's a lot of diffraction going on.
It's not so much seeing through as just not.
Yeah.
D100.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. Let's see how well it rolls on the dice tray.
It's like a bowl. It should be okay.
68.
Oh,
So close.
no,
So close.
it's definitely 69.
Oh,
We're just going to go
69.
69. All right. So, in addition, I would like.
Who said anything about no women? I'm just saying. 69.
Let's see. Just reading through the rules for carousing.
Oh yeah, I think there were actual rules for that, weren't there?
There are rules for carousing.
Consult the carousing table.
Nah, like we can get like new contacts and shit, new enemies. Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
For the life of me, I don't remember, but
We can make more enemies.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we
I
want to
would
do.
like-
We can run into your enemies. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
Yeah. Give me
And we got
since this is Gideon, since this is your idea, let's roll a persuasion check.
Ooh, all right.
While we're doing this, I'm just putting
D100
forth the
was
thing.
for an
I'm not
entirely
against
different reason.
gambling.
And I'm going to be adding my persuasion bonus to this.
Yes.
Excellent. Hey, so we're looking at 24.
Oh. Okay. So you guys are like just partying it up, and you see like another group of adventurers that are like, these guys are cool. And one of them's like, shit, I need to take notes on this, but I'm not going to because I'm shooting from the hip here. One of them is, he's gonna, like, oh, that tiny man knows how to party. And he's it's a big half-orc dude. He's like, normally you little folk don't know how to party this hard.
I'm really great at it.
It's like,
No consequences.
Name's Og, how you doing?
Name's Gideon. Doing great.
Yes. Well, this is my buddies, Chet and Steve.
Steve.
And then you
We're going to
see,
get
like,
so blackout drunk, we're not going to remember any of your names.
that's...
That's
That's just a Tuesday night for me, Bub.
That's my new mission, is try to remember these names.
Yeah, so you guys just like party it up with these like three like rough and tumble adventure dudes. One's like I said, Og. He's like a big, huge like half orc dude. He's like down to party. The other one is like sort of like a more reserved, like roguish figure, more like assassin-y type. Even though that makes you twitchy, you guys are like, we could just go to the corner if you want, but we are gonna get fucked. But just like we could just go to the corner and talk quietly amongst ourselves. That's the party business. That's Og's job. And that's Chet. And then Steve is a Steve is a rather like Steve's like a human. He's got like a scraggly beard, and he's like got like a kind of like wizard hat that's kind of like askew. And he's like, yes, I would rather be reading my books, but if we must party, I have read that it is important for social interaction in order to be of sound mind for an adventurer. So, that is what I shall do. Like, basically this guy, like, reads, like, someone who, like, takes all of his advice out of, like social interaction for dummies.
This is Bizarro World, our party. That's Murph. That's me. That's Gideon. This is
When I
surreal.
chop liver.
I guarantee you this guy has more friends. He said normally you guys don't know how to party, which means he knows shorter people, which means he probably has all sorts of friends, because Gideon is very sociable. See,
Yeah, we got this little gnome guy that follows us around. He's pretty fun, but he hasn't been around for a while, so we just haven't been talking. We just been partying, waiting for him to come back.
Does he
He had to go
say?
do.
Did he say he had to go pick something up?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
Oh. Oh,
Hey.
sad now.
Well, hey, you met some new friends today. We'll drink to new experiences. There you go.
Very well then. Okay.
This is horrible.
Can someone roll me a d10? So you guys party. You're
Gladly,
getting
have one
fucking
in my
blasted.
hands.
All of you.
D10.
Oh, all of us?
No, just one of you.
4.
4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're good. Nothing. Actually,
Oh, I don't like that look.
as you guys are partying, guess who shows up?
Gideon's mom has got it going on.
As you guys are partying, a certain Asabar walks into the bar, and she's like, like, and it's sort of she's sort of like room stop. You know, you guys ever been to a bar where like some like super hot chick walks in, and then like the entire like bar kind of like pauses for a second and like looks. It's like that.
I gotta go to the bathroom. And I just bail.
Yeah. So you let's see if you can roll a stealth check.
Yeah.
She's looking for you, you know. It's the entire reason.
Perpetually in 3rd edition.
Yeah.
Stealth check is my move silently check.
I want to see if I can even notice he's gone.
I rolled a 6 and that gives me a 16.
You go visibly go, oh fuck, and like lock eyes with Miranda.
Good enough.
And she's like, so you're like, oh shit. So you're off in the corner with your like roguey assassin friend, and then she slides into the booth next to you. It's like, I wondered if I'd find you here. I just couldn't stop thinking about you.
What about?
Oh. I think you have an idea. Hand on thigh. Uncomfortably high up. Not improperly so.
What's Gideon doing right now?
What is Gideon doing right now? Let's see if actually Gideon the night's been going for a while. Gideon, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Now, am I doing this at disadvantage because I'm drunk? Because I can still hand a healing myself, get away the poison condition.
Would you know?
Tapping his liver. Right?
Would you
Are
know?
you drunk?
No, would you know to do that? Like you just be. I'm just gonna say it's disadvantaged because you're there to party too.
Okay.
Like obviously, yeah, you can hand of healing yourself to remove the effect, but right now everyone's having fun. Why would you do that?
I'll roll. We'll play.
Unless you had specified that your plan was like basically, I'm not getting drunk tonight. I'm getting my friends drunk. Like you never said that. You said you were partying too. So
Perception at disadvantage then.
yeah.
Okay, well there's an 18.
It's just once we vomit, he taps us.
Okay, so 17 still.
Okay. So by the time you click on, you pick up on it because it's the bar is popping tonight. Contact has already been made. So what does Gideon do?
Gideon has done everything he can up to this point. It is up to Mopp. So, what I will do is I will go ahead and walk. Well, first I'm going to hand a healing myself, knowing that I'm like, because I'm seeing like 2 of my mom, and that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's already bad.
So I hand
enough.
up healing myself, and then I walk up behind Mopp, and I hand a healing him as well.
I'm just gonna say, for middle class complications, you rolled a 4, and was a particularly obnoxious person has taken an intense romantic interest in you. So that was why I went this route. This was not planned.
It was just the perfect roll.
It was just the perfect one. That's why I was like, I have to do this now.
I just tap him with the hand of healing so that, I remove, whatever debilitating effect he might be under, and I just say, go with God.
You're muted.
Probably because he was screaming.
Screaming internally. I don't want to go with God.
He's like, in fact, anything holy I don't want to do with right now.
Have you
Well, the thing about being holy is that she's a fallen Asimov.
Have you met my lover from the Thieves Guild?
You're like,
Is that what you say?
Other guy.
His name is. Oh, he's really bad.
He looks at you and he's gonna go. He looks at her and he's like, I ain't part of your drama, buddy. I'm sorry.
Very upset.
It's like I don't even know why you're trying to get out of that. She's
Thieves,
just
we
whisper
stick
in his
together.
ear, be like, it's his mom.
We're cut purses. This way that we stick together.
No honor
I mean,
amongst thieves.
it's not like you're asking. It's not like you're asking me to jump on a grenade. Like that's like I don't. Sorry, buddy.
Here is your son. There he is, right next
No,
to me.
Gideon's already gone. It's from the
God
sounds of
damn
it.
Gideon, come back.
I mean, there's the big buff
I only
guy.
have so many touches of hand of healing.
Just make it awkward. Please?
So hand on
Just
thigh.
make it awkward.
You can feel her stroking your hair. Just be like, I wonder what goes on behind those lovely eyes of yours.
Murderous mania.
Mm-hmm.
And insanity. Incomprehensible babbling. Of the eyes.
She's gonna lean in closer just to say,
Fuck me, I'm gonna go find that chick that I've been seeing. So, like,
Damn it.
yeah, man.
she's gone. She's gonna lean in closer. She's gonna say, not like haven't been around the block. Are you worried about what Gideon will feel?
Worried what Gideon will do. Also, I don't know you very well.
Oh, I've been through this with Gideon's friends a couple times.
I am not a notch on your fallen bedpost.
I didn't say anything about a notch. I just found you rather interesting.
No, quite boring. Literally gray.
Mm-hmm. I've often found that people who wear masks usually are the opposite of having nothing to, are the opposite of uninteresting.
Boring.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm gonna say roll a
Charisma check.
roll a persuasion check.
I don't like people. Oh my gosh, this is not gonna end well. Okay. Oh, hey, 12.
To be fair, for your romantic interest, Gideon, you chose like the most standoffish female character I had introduced to the entire campaign.
That's okay. I know that she's normally here, though. She is normally like here reading and what.
Well, but remember, she left a message that she was going to be gone for a while because she had a mission she had to attend to. It's only been a
I
day.
thought she would have been back by now, but okay, that's fine.
And people don't climb Everest because it is close to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
So you're worried about Gideon, are you? Well, Well, unfortunately for you, regardless of whether you think you're uninteresting or not, I find you captivating.
We all have our faults.
Is there a safe drink he can order? Like,
And what fault would that be?
I'm 24. I have active warrants. This is different life experiences, you know.
Well, I guess if you're that uninterested in me, then I guess I can leave you alone. But
What?
I'll be waiting. And she winks at you, and she gets up from the... She gets up from the booth, and that's the end of that awkward bit of flirting.
Look, you can only be so attractive. I don't want to die. This is not worth it to destroy party cohesiveness.
And she
47 minutes of bliss and then getting my ass twisted off? No, I'm good.
as you're watching, she kind of wanders off and whispers in Og's ear for a little bit, and then leads him out of the room.
I knew it.
The jealousy thing? That's rude. I don't
Did it
enjoy
work, though?
this.
She looks back and winks at you as she walks out.
I see you decided to go with the weightlifter, and the football player, and the scientist, and the dragon, and Ninja Brian,
Well,
and the Manticore.
Manticore.
oh, honey, I thought I've taught you by now. I have very diverse tastes.
Men are not flavors of ice cream. I will not be objectified.
That's a little bit too late for that, don't you think?
I can't win. I can't win.
And the dragon.
The dragon was a very gentle lover.
Ale, please. Here on the double. You are not my friend.
Actually, it looks like Mopp can use it, so Onan's gonna hand him the mug of retention, which has Cosmopolitans currently in it.
He just immediately goes like, ugh.
So there you go, buddy.
I'm not sure he's used to things that sweet, so he's just kind of like.
You can switch it out. He knew you needed it.
Yeah. With that, you guys have made some interesting connections.
Broken them.
You've ended up with had some fun. The night kind of winds down. The bar closes. You guys head back to your rooms. Get in. You have built up a tab of 69 gold.
Nice.
Oh.
That was the
See,
T100.
that's how you know it's a
beginning.
good bender, though.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you were buying rounds, you were buying shots, you were buying,
Yeah, that's good.
And
I pay off my tab immediately.
Yeah. So you guys get back to your rooms, and Mopp, you're a little buzzed at this point. And as you walk into your room, you don't really have a care. You're in a good mood, and you close the door. And from a dark corner of the room, you hear a voice say, "Are a hard man to find, Mopp."
Never an assassin. It's never an assassin.
Not an assassin. Yes, well, I'm not. I'm just here to talk to you tonight.
You're talking.
And as you turn around, you see the watchmaker.
Fuck!
And that's where we'll end our episode.
Why would you do that? Why would you cliffhang? You're worse than she is.
Sorry. Thank you, everybody. Sorry for the late start. I got off work late and I had to spend a little bit of time. Will has, with my new work schedule and school schedule, Will has agreed to take over the OBS duties, so we had to do a little bit of troubleshooting for our sound and whatnot. And thanks, everybody, for watching. Again, remember, on Saturday, we'll be having our special show with Darling Creep Show, and we'll be continuing our other episodes. And another reminder that the next book club is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. That's all I've got for now. Thanks for everybody for watching, and we'll be back on Saturday. So again, 7 p.m. Central Time for anybody that's planning on watching that show. So thanks everybody, and we'll see you soon. Take us out, Will.